Morning students. So today we are going to discuss miscellaneous exercise chapter 2 lecture 4. So there is a question number first. After having discussed all properties in exercise 2.1 and 2.2, so let's learn some new identities, some new forms. Okay, so question number first, evaluate cos inverse cos 13 pi by 6. So as we discussed in previous videos, such type of questions we cannot write this angle directly until unless this angle falls in its principal value branch, and we know that the principal value branch of cos inverse is what? A closed interval 0 to pi, and this value is more than pi, so we have to reduce the angle. So this 13 pi by 6 we can reduce this angle as 2 pi plus pi by 6. 6 to the 12 pi plus pi, that is 13 pi by 6. It means this angle can be reduced to pi plus pi by 6. Now use the property cos 2 pi plus theta, that is quadrant first. All angles are positive. We are using this rule ASTC. A stands for all trigonometric ratios are positive in class 11th. So the same concept. So this cos 2 pi plus theta lying in quadrant first, and hence cos theta will be positive. So cos theta means pi by 6, and cos inverse cos pi by 6, here we can write this angle directly because lying in its principal value branch. So this is what the answer. Now same as question number 2. Let's see. Tan inverse tan 7 pi by 6. So again 7 pi by 6 is not lying in principal value branch of tan inverse, so we have to reduce this angle. So 7 pi by 6 can be written as pi plus pi by 6. Alright. So pi plus theta means third quadrant. So tan pi plus theta becomes tan theta because tan theta is positive in this quadrant, and pi by 6 lying in open interval, that is principal value branch of tan inverse. So pi by 6 is the final answer. Okay. So these questions were related to 2.2 exercise, and now the new type, that question number 3 onwards starts. In question number 3, 2 sin inverse 3 by 5 equals to tan inverse 24 by 7. And I make you sure that this is a very important question, that is reduce the one or transform one trigonometric functions into the another inverse trigonometric functions. How? So there is a Pythagoras theorem, and this is a very common result we will be using in upcoming questions, 4-5 questions. Okay. So learn this technique very carefully. So what we will do, we will convert this sine inverse 3 by 5 into tan inverse. Okay. And after that 2 tan inverse identity will be applied. So how we convert this? So first of all we put sine inverse 3 by 5 equals to theta. Okay. So this implies sine theta equals to 3 by 5. And we know that sine is what? Ratio of perpendicular to hypotenuse, P by H. Now using Pythagoras theorem, P is 3, H is 5. So what is the value of base? So B equals to under root of H square minus P square. Here we are using Pythagoras theorem. H means 5 square minus 3 square. So 25 minus 9, that is 16 or 4. So base is coming 4. Now we want this sine inverse in terms of tan inverse. So now use the formula of tan theta. What is tan theta? P by B. So perpendicular is 3 and base is 4. So this is tan theta. So therefore theta will be tan inverse 3 by 4. Clear? So we have assumed sin inverse 3 by 5, that is this question, term equals to theta, and this theta is coming equal to what? Tan inverse 3 by 4. This is equation second. So if we combine equation first and second, so what we can conclude? That sin inverse 3 by 5 equals to, in view of first and second, implies sin inverse 3 by 5 equals to tan inverse 3 by 4. Clear? This is what? This was what our target. So sin inverse 3 by 5 converted into tan inverse 3 by 4. So in the place of sin inverse 3 by 5, this place we will write tan inverse 3 by 4. So now we get LHS 2 tan inverse 3 by 4. And now what we want? We want tan inverse. So we already learnt the identity that 2 tan inverse x equals to tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square, right? So 2 tan inverse 3 by 4. So substitute tan inverse 2 into 3 by 4 upon 1 minus 3 by 4 whole square. Simplify this and you will get what? 24 by 7. And this is what the answer. Clear? So I hope you got it. Now let's solve one more question to make the concept more clear. Question number 4. Sin inverse 8 by 17, sin inverse 3 by 5 equals to tan inverse 77 upon 36. So what we will do? See, this sin inverse we will reduce in terms of tan inverse. Again sin inverse in terms of tan inverse. So tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, that is we have the identity of tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. Okay, so let us convert again, learn this point. Sin inverse 8 by 17 equals to theta. Now sin theta will be 8 by 17 p by h. Using Pythagoras theorem, h square equal to p square plus b square. Simplifying and get base. We already studied in class 10 this type of questions. So base is 15. Now sin theta, from sin theta we can get now tan theta p by b. So perpendicular is what? 8 and base we have calculated 15. So tan theta will be 8 by 15 and theta equals to, this tan will go that side, tan inverse 8 by 15 from first and second. So this is second equation and here is the first one. So combine first and second. Sin inverse 8 by 17 equals to tan inverse 8 by 15. Sin inverse 8 by 17 equal to tan inverse 8 by 15. Similarly, this sin inverse 3 by 5 we will convert into tan inverse. So again we will assume this as theta p by h. Then we will use Pythagoras theorem and see the solution. Theta sin theta 3 by p by h. So directly I have written base equal to 4. Even you can use and calculate the base. So tan theta p by b, p is 3, base is 4, so 3 by 4 and theta will be tan inverse 3 by 4. So combining these equations as we have done previous part. So sin inverse 3 by 5 equal to tan inverse this. So now both sin inverse should be equated. So LHS becomes tan inverse 8 by 15 plus tan inverse this obtained value 3 by 4. And now using what? Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y equals to tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. Simplifying this at LCM and all, and you get what? 77 upon 36. And this is what the correct result, I mean right hand side. Okay, so convert sin into tan both left hand side, then proceed with this identity. Now see the next question. So before solving the next questions, there are some important identities. First and second, sin inverse x plus sin inverse y, and I have combined also for minus sign if there is minus sign. So sin inverse x plus sin inverse y equal to sin inverse x under root 1 minus y square plus y into 1 minus under root of 1 minus x square. So if there is plus, plus sign is there. If there is minus, so minus sign is coming. Same as if both are cos inverse x, cos inverse y, plus or minus. Okay, so combined identities. So cos inverse, if there is plus sign, so minus will come. If there is minus sign, so plus will come. Okay, so xy minus plus under root 1 minus x square, and similarly into under root of 1 minus y square. That is under root of both x and y. So here is the question is cos inverse x plus cos inverse y equal to cos inverse. So clearly the identity number 2 cos inverse x plus cos inverse y can be used here. So this is x, this one is y, cos inverse x into y, we are using this identity, minus under root 1 minus x square into 1 minus y square. So again multiplying and simplifying this, right? and simplify the complete result. So you will get RHS, that is cos inverse 33 upon 65. You can see. Okay, if you solve, then you will get this. Cos inverse this, take LCM and all. Clear? So you will get the answer. Take LCM and 33 by 65, which is the right hand side. Okay, so so far we have discussed till this time, and now you try the other questions. Do solve the examples and try to solve the remaining questions if you can solve, and if you have doubt you can ask it. Thank you very much.